Hello, time now is 5:16.
After 250 yards, turn left, Kingsbury Road, then, at the end of the road, turn right.
It's 12 degrees. Crackerjack day. Can't see a thing to my left, nothing coming. Oh, there is to my right though. It's a bit bumpy through here. And we're going to Gloucestershire. So basically A34 M4 cut across the 419, 417 and then just keep going. Please let me go. And just keep going until I get there. And it's just a little left turn at the end and down the road and we're there. Famous last words. Sounds really simple, doesn't it? Friday. What could possibly go wrong on a Friday? So it should be a little 2.5 run up. I'm going to stop at Membry. Quick. Drop and plop. And then we'll be on our way. Emperor's Cafe on the left, never been in there.
At the end of the road, turn left, Horse Bridge, then turn left.
There's a bus depot here. I don't miss the buses, I tell you.
Turn left, then turn left.
Can you see nothing? Blinded by dawn's crack.
Turn left, A335, Thomas Lewis Way, then turn
Keep going,
right.
keep going, come on. There we go. Nobody near me. No choice. Cut the corner anyway there. Ooh, aircon off at the moment. It's a bit nippy. 11 degrees, did I say that? I'm still in my shorts. Thomas Lewis Way. Who was Thomas Lewis? To have a way named after him. So I don't know where this box is going. I've got a suspicion of where this box is going afterwards. And if I have to go there, I'll go there. If I don't, I won't. It's as simple as that. It doesn't bother me either way, to be honest. Guys, it's a different mindset now. As I was saying to the gorgeous Kira last night, I was 3 hours on the docks last night. Oh, you didn't know this, did you? Yeah. I got down there at 2. I left it. I got back to the yard at 5:30. And it was just Area 3 was dead and Area 1 was absolutely rammed to the gunnels, and the dock staff just can't cope. issue the VBSs to get the trucks in, and then don't have the staff to get the boxes onto the trucks, to clear the trucks. So they shouldn't be issuing the VBSs, really. I mean, and that stops blokes queuing up for 3 hours. It was an hour and a half. Yeah, it was an hour and a half a box. It took me an hour and a half to get an empty box off, and another hour and a half to get the box on. And all of that was spent queuing, because I had an empty box and I went to empty part 1, but it took me an hour and a half to get there, and there was no queue there at all. But it took me an hour and a half to get there. So it was just absolutely ridiculous how they worked that out. So anyway, but under normal circumstances, I'd be going, when I was salaried, I'd be going, oh fuck, you know what I mean? I want to get back to the yard. That's 3 hours extra onto my day for no real reason. I'm not getting paid any extra money. Yesterday, however, take as long as you like, lads. I'm hourly paid. It's a totally different mindset, and I quite like it, to be honest with you. Because it doesn't matter how long I'm down there, I'm getting paid for it. Go wide here. There's nothing. He's held back, good man. Obviously had grief with a truck before going down there. Wise decision. So yeah, it didn't bother me in the slightest how long I was down there. I could have quite happily spent another hour down there. Sat there, enjoying the sunshine, a little bit of a cool, little breeze coming through, so it's nice, comfortable. Yeah. So yeah, totally different mindset, and I'm quite surprised by it, which is for me.
And take the first exit, M27 towards the west, then take the motorway.
I've got a week off now. I've worked reasonably hard the last 3 weeks, and put some hours in, and made some good money, and now I can relax for a week and regather myself. And then get ready to go again. I've got when I come back. Well, they've asked if I would go back to where I am.
Roundabout and take the first exit, M27 towards the west, then take the motorway.
I've also had another potential offer from a mate of mine. So I'm waiting to see what they come up with, because my mate, he's my mate, but they're offering less money. And I said, look, this is what I'm getting. If you can match it, I'll come and work with you. But you need to be able to, match me. I'm down a bit of money here. Here we go. So getting a cruise, and let's get going up the M3 now.
After 800 yards, keep left.
I'm going to be blinded by Dawn's crack. It's behind us at the moment, which is nice. But there's nothing like a nice warm crack head on, is there? Crack a light. I'm so childish. I don't know why you all watch. I know what it is. I'm the only one that talks sense. That's a contradiction in terms, isn't it? Oh dear. So 1-1 last night, wasn't it? 1-1. I didn't watch it because I knew it'd be shite. I'm not a great football fan, to be totally honest with you. The way they fall over and scream that they've been looks like a near-death experience they're having. They've been tapped on the ankle. Get up, man. You don't see like the cyclists that do the Tour de France. You watch one of them, they'll come off at 40, 50 kilometres an hour. They'll be wearing lycra. They'll have taken the skin right off their bollocks, so they're both dangling down by the knees, and they'll still get back on a bike and cycle for another 50 kilometres. Those boys are hardcore. And like the MMA fighters and stuff like that. I mean, they kick 10 bells of shit out of each other. You know? Oh, I've got a tap to the ankle, I need surgery. No, you don't. You need a good stiff talking to. So, footballers do piss me off a little bit. Oh, look at that. Look at that. How glorious is that? Look at that mist.
1.2 miles, keep right.
That would have looked good earlier on. Another hour before this, and that would have looked spectacular. I hope you get full view of that. We've got a few bugs on the windscreen, and I'm loath to wash them off because I'm thinking it might be quite nice for the other agency guy who gets his truck on Monday to do that. Like I found a truck. Okay, come on in. There you go, taxi driver. So we're not heavy. She's holding at 56. You know when she's heavy, she'll push on past.
After 800 yards, keep right.
So a nice steady 53 all the way out to Membry. Take a 15-20 minute break in there, then we'll get going again. With bags of time. So yeah, no, I sort of follow it from a distance. We'll watch the first game. I didn't watch last night. I was in the truck, and I just, if I'd really wanted to, I could have done it. But I think it's live on iPlayer, isn't it? So I could have done it. But you know what? It's like I've got better things to do in my time. And don't get me wrong. I've been to England games. I did the 1988 European Championships. All 3 England games that we played. I think it was 3 England games. Can't remember who we played now. No, Holland was one. Ireland was the other one. Might have been Russia. Don't ask me the schools, but it was in Frankfurt, Dusseldorf, and Stuttgart. And we lived for it was over a 2-week period, and then we were out. We lived in my mate's Renault 9 saloon. So if you know a Renault 9, you know a Renault 9 saloon. It wasn't the most comfortable of cars to be camping in for 2 weeks, which we did because we did city camping. Like they call it stealth camping today. We just said we don't give a shit day, shit camping. Just park up where we find it, leave it. We stuck a great big England flag, St George's Cross across the roof, and just abandon the car. At one point, the wheelbarrow we got in. I can't remember if it was Stuttgart or Frankfurt, but in their train station, there's a big like oval with all the taxi ranks in there, and as we were driving in, we were about 500 metres away from it. You could see it, and the front wheel was making a hell of a noise for the last like 100 odd miles, a couple of 100 miles, and we thought we'll get to Frankfurt or Stuttgart, whichever one it was, and then we'll sort it out there. My mate Kim was going, yeah, we'll sort it out there, we'll worry about it then. Don't worry about it now. We'll keep going. What could go wrong? And as we got into we saw the taxi rank, and the wheel was the steering wheel. You could hardly hold onto the steering wheel. The wheel was all wobbling. And just as we got there, the front wheel collapsed, come off. Well, it just collapsed outwards or inwards, I can't remember that. But it collapsed. So we sort of ground to a halt in a flurry of bit of sparks and some screechy noises. And there we left it for 3 or 4 days whilst we went on the lash. And then on Monday, I think we got it towed away by ADAC, which is the AA equivalent, to a Renault garage to get it repaired, which cost a fair bit of money. And we were late back getting off a leave, I think. We did have the perfect excuse though, because the car broke down, and we got away with that as well. That was the same place where we sent the Sergeant Major a saucy postcard. She was a female. Get me wrong there. We had a woman assault major. She was scary. She is an absolute. People back at myself and my mate. We were detached. We were at Senelager, and the squadron was at Bielefeld, and the regiment was at Krefeld. So there's a story all in that as well. But I'll just do that. So anyway, we got there, and for some unbeknown reason, she took a shine to me and my mate. Not just a little shine, but a real shine. So we thought she was great. And then we heard all these horror stories of how nasty she was and vindictive, and what a pain in the arse she was. And then we'd go to a do down there, like drinks on a Friday night, and she was like, she'd chat, have a laugh, giggling. We had a right crack with her. It was like that was quite work out what was going on. Well, we didn't know any of these stories until a lot later, you see. So we're in Paris for the rugby, England, France, 4 nations as it was then, and there's another story involved in that. It's when we lost Needham, the dickhead, and missed the game. Idiot. So anyway, and then there's another story with that. I've got to try and remember all these stories. Got to try and tell them to you. So anyway, we're on the Eiffel Tower. We've been at, and it's like the romantic place, isn't it? Eiffel Tower. It's supposed to be like the most romantic place in Europe or something like that. So anyway, me and my mate were there. We were pissed, and we decided to get this saucy postcard and send it to her, saying, "Wish you were here." We could have had a lot of fun together, all 3 of us, and sent it to work. Sent it to the squadron office, so everyone saw it, and then sent it to work. Everyone was expecting us to die. She loved it. She had it pinned on her notice board by her desk. It was a bit disconcerting. and then about 2 weeks later, after we got back, we got summoned down to the squadron with me and my mate. And he thought he was getting bussed because he was a Landsjack, and I couldn't be bussed because I was only a signalman. I couldn't get bussed. So anyway, we got down there. He got marched off, and then came out looking all remorse, but he still had his tape on his arm, so he was all right. But what I didn't realise, he was playing a game. So then I got marched in, and I got promoted. You couldn't make this shit up. And the postcard was I said to Jim, I said, do you see that postcard we sent out? Because after we sent it, we were like, oh no, we're so in trouble, so much in trouble. And then he gets summoned down there. And then 2 weeks later, I got promoted. Unbelievable. That's funny. And then that was on the sort of Friday, or before the weekend, and then over the weekend we had obviously celebration, me being promoted. And then on the Monday, I was feeling, we were both in the comp centre in Senelager, and we managed to leave the door open, which is when the OC squadron decided to pay us. Oh, come on, man, what are you doing? But why didn't you just accelerate? Absolute clown. He's going to be stuck there now. And the OC squadron decided to pay us a surprise visit on Monday. The door was open to a secure area. I was asleep on the floor, and my mate Jim was asleep flat out across the desk. He came in, said, I think you boys need to put the kettle on. Oh God, I thought I was going to get demoted within less than a week. No, he was fine with it. Yeah. Oh dear, what a carry on. Oh dear, good old days. When I was Senelager, was a shit posting, was a shit hole. It was actually good fun. Me and my mate had some great times there. And we were attached to 202 Signal Squadron, and I had a couple of friends there. And we had some great times. I even went on exercise with 202 on the 432 track vehicles. It was good fun. I even volunteered to do that. Stupid man. Why would you volunteer to do something like that? I don't know, but I did in those days. I thought it would be a good experience. Well, it was brilliant. I had quite a laugh. Because I wasn't expecting to know anything, I could get away with all sorts. I'd never been on a track vehicle, I'd only done 4-tonners before, with box bodies on the back. Different kettle of fish. The only downside on that, it was winter, and it was bloody freezing. See fast? Yeah, there you go. They were advertising the other day. A lot of the container companies are looking for drivers. There's not a shortage. I don't think there's a shortage of too much of a shortage of work at the moment. Depending on what company you want. If you just want to get your foot in the door, if you've got some experience. Depends whether you want to work for them or not. I don't. Nothing against the company. I just don't want to be salaried. I'm liking the hourly rate because the docks are just, they lend itself to being hourly paid. For me, it's not good for the hauliers.
After 400 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, B34, towards Newbury. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
In-home services, award-winning, expertly trained. Oh, are they really? Okay.
Take the exit, B34, Winchester bypass.
Going again.
After 3/4 of a mile, keep left. After 800 yards, keep left.
Nice day, but I think the weather's supposed to be a big rim at the weekend, isn't it? Which is a bit of a shame. My missus, the gorgeous girl, she's going for a spray tan today. She's like an English rose. She's going to come back looking like she's been tangoed. I said, don't be surprised if I come in the door and start laughing. Because she's going to Spain. She's going to that old place, Majorca. She's going there on when's she going there? Monday morning, because I'm bloody taking her to the airport. Yeah, Monday morning. Her and her friend, and they're meeting about half a dozen to a dozen other girls, all menopausal, so there's going to be tears and tantrums all week. And I think she's back, I don't know when she's back actually. I should pay her more attention, shouldn't I? I'm not sure when she's back. Sunday maybe? I don't know. Well, she's away anyway with the girls. So, yeah, she's having a... I said, why are you having a spray tan? She said, I look all pasty. I said, no, you don't look pasty. You're an English rose. You don't, She's a bit ginger. She's not, but she's blonde. But she's, she's fair-skinned, would be fair to say. And, what are you hoping to achieve? Oh, so I don't look all pasty. Well, you don't look like an English rose. I dread to think. I said to her, I've got a mate who's got a spray booth. I'm sure he'd do you a cheap deal. He'd hose you down in the and then stick you in the oven for half an hour. You'd be well cooked. She wouldn't have that, and I suppose it'd be a lot cheaper than where you're going to have that done. So it'll be interesting to see what she looks like tonight. I've got to try not to laugh. Never a good thing getting back after a long week and then laughing at your wife the way she looks. That's probably not good for a harmonious weekend. But I did warn her. I said if you look too orange, I am going to laugh. Don't be surprised. I always love to get home, but it's a bit of trepidation this weekend. Still, boys. Morning. What else is going on? This week I've got a few things to sort out, a bit of tidying up to do. Get a load of videos done for you guys. There's a lot of new people on, so thank you. Did I say thank you to Victor? He sent me buy me a coffee, and I bought a tuna roll yesterday, which then proceeded to give me indigestion. So thanks for that, Victor. Oh dear. Well, 3 weeks on agency, what's it been like? Okay. Have I been treated fairly by the company I'm working for? I've been working for? Yes. Would I go back to the same company? Yes. If they offered you a job, would you go with it? No. And that's not because if I was looking for a job, yes I would work for them on a full-time basis. But I don't want to work full-time, so that'll be no. I've already told my mate down, he's more or less offered a job, but I don't want to do full-time, so has the agency been alright? Yeah, they have been, yeah. I had a few hurdles to jump through at the beginning because they sort of led me astray with the paperwork, which needed a bit of sorting out, but we got there in the end, and they paid on time and they paid the correct amount. It was only the company that chipped me a couple of times, and I had to kick back on that a bit, so that was ironed out. Other than that, yeah, we'll see what happens now. I mean, they have said that got a week off now, and they said they'll probably contact me next week, see if I want to do that following week. We'll see what happens. Another week in, and I can do, I think I can't remember, it's a week or 4 days. I've got to check today, something I've got to do. So I've got a reunion in New York to go to soon, beginning of July, and that's for the boys that we all joined up together back in 1983. That's a few years back. Cast your minds back. What were you doing in 1983? How old were you? What were you doing? Were you misbehaving, or were you settling down? Or were you not even thought of yet? I was a young, impressionable 15, 16-year-old. Birthday's in July. So I was actually 15 when I joined up in the glorious corps of the Royal Signals. And had my 16th birthday in. I was one of the youngest. I had one other guy. One other guy. There was two guys, sorry. 2 guys that were younger than me. I think it was 56 of us joined up. I think there's 26 pictures on 26 of us on our pass-off parade. So quite a high attrition rate. It was hardcore. It was 9 months of joining up as a junior, and it was basically infantry training, radio training, and we did a fair bit of adventure training. Like we went skiing. I went skiing twice. Load of sport. Where else did we go? Rock climbing, canoeing, windsurfing, all that sort of malarkey. You know, did all of that. And it was good fun. It was hard work though. It was hard. Hence the attrition rate. You know, people dropped out, couldn't handle it. It was tough back then in those days. Everyone will say, "Oh, it was tough when I joined up," but it's not as tough as it's not today. Is nowhere near as tough as it was. And they got bloody carpet in the floor now, and they're allowed duvets. What's all that about? We're only allowed a duvet for the last 6 weeks. Bed blocks. Those who remember bed blocks, doing bed blocks. Bulling the floor with a bumper and stuff like that. Yeah. It was good fun though. it was tough, mentally and physically. It was the whole idea behind it was to break you down, and break you, and then build you up, which is what they did, both mentally and physically. Some say the way that they trained us was questionable, and yeah, some of it was. But I don't think I turned out too bad. I'm only a psychopath some days of the week. I don't know. Maybe that's why my life has been a bit of a disaster. I don't know. It's come good now, ish. Yeah. There have been a number of disasters in my life, so yeah. I think that most of the time I need steering. The gorgeous Kira tends to do that for me. So when I'm left to my own devices, I can go a bit mad. Madder than I normally am. So anyway, I think I've waffled on enough. I've got to try and remember some of the stories. I know a couple of you asked about, do some old army stories and that. And, I'll try and remember. I'll tell you one that now, before I forget. Right, it was about Senalaga. This is before I was posted. I was on the book at the time. We were on exercise, and me and my mate were out and about. We were collecting stuff. I can't remember what we were doing. It was me and my mate were in a Land Rover. We've been out for about, 7 or 8 days like that. It was the middle of summer and we needed a shower. So we thought, right, okay, so we said to our boss, he says, alright, if we nip into Senny to get a shower at the communal showers in there? He said, yeah, sure, don't worry about it. Yeah, go on then, boys, because you're going that way anyway. Get in there, fill your boots. So we went in there. Now the one thing about the British Army is they don't give you a lot of gear to wear. So what you tend to do is you keep one set of gear complete and safely tucked away in your bag, nice, dry, and clean. And you get a shower and you put your old dirty gear back on, change your underwear and everything, but your old dirty, jackets and trousers put back on again. because you're only going to get them all shitted up again. And you want to keep your spare set if it get really bad, and then you get wet and horrible, and then you can change into a nice dry set of clothing. So you keep one for good, one for bad. Right? That's basically how it works. So anyway, we were going into the showers, and we'd had a shower, and we come back out, and there's about 4 or 5 Americans come in. And they started taking the piss because we were putting the dirty gear back on. And they were quite, they were being quite, wow, how can I put it? They're just being total dickheads. There was about 4 or 5 of them. There was only me and my mate. So for there's more and more. My mate said to me, he says, "There's more and more way to skin a cat. We'll get him in a minute." So anyway, they were taking the piss, something terrible. And we thought, well, we can't have that really. You know, that's not how you do things. And we thought, if we try it on with them, we're just going to get pummeled because we're an outnumbered 2-1, over 2-1. And a couple of them were real big lads, like. So that's just asking for trouble. We'll do it a different way. We'll be a bit sneaky and a bit horrible, like they're being a bit horrible to us. So anyway, so we went out, told them where to get off, like. And went outside, gave it a few minutes, went inside, and they were all in the shower, all laughing and joking, and, you know, and mucking around, and we thought, well, okay. So we nicked all their gear. We left in their boots. And out their jackets, we took their wallets out, and the front, they had a wagon there, and the door was open, so we took all their wallets out, and we stuffed them on the front seat, so it was obvious that we had no harm, we weren't robbing them. We just decided to steal their uniforms and all their bags and everything. So we gathered it all up, ran out, jumped in our Land Rover, grabbed the wallets out of them because they always keep them in the pockets, in the jacket pockets. Chucked them on the front seat and then the footwell of the wagon they had, and disappeared off, and then dumped all their clothing on Centre Lager Ranges. Wonder if they ever found them. There's always more one way to skin the cat. So I'd like to see them come out and all they had was a pair of boots. What do they look like? There was 2 British Army soldiers. What were they driving? A Land Rover. Oh yeah, because there's hundreds of those about, isn't there? Yeah, what do they look like? What were they wearing? Yeah, camouflage clothing. Did they have short hair by any chance? Yeah, well, funny enough, yeah. Don't take the piss, boys. That's what happens to you. Sneaky Brits will nick all your clothing. We left in their boots. Think it's up lucky we didn't rob you. At least we gave you your wallets back. So we thought if we did get into trouble, that'd sort of save us because we weren't being horrible. We were just sort of getting our own back a bit. Anyway, nothing come of it. So hopefully they learned their lesson. So there's probably 4 or 5 American soldiers that were stationed over in Germany in 1984 or 1985. Something like that. And if you're watching this, yeah, it was me. Yeah. You must be in your 60s now, I'd have thought. Late 50s, or mid 50s, early 60s. That'll be funny. I'll get a message. Yeah, it was me. You bastard. All I had left was a pair of boots. Oh well. Don't take the piss out of Brits. That's what happens to you. Right, now I really have waffled on too much, so I'll speak to you all later on.